be teaching you my rapid action art lesson, which is based on bubble art. This is a great technique to show how when you mix primary colors, you can get secondary colors. So the materials that you need to make this bubble art are quite simple. You're gonna buy some paint, which I have 3 bottles of tempera paint in blue, red, and yellow, which are our primary colors that we will be mixing to get our secondary. You're going to want 3 containers to put your paint in, a straw, a white piece of paper, and you're going to try and do about a 1-to-3 ratio for your paint and your soap. So what you do is you'll add into each container. In this one you see I have the blue, so I added blue, and then for every 3 parts dish soap I added 1 part paint, and then I added in some water to get this consistency. It did take some playing around, so I suggest just kind of following that ratio, but if you need to add a little bit more soap, you can, and if you need to add a little bit more water or paint, you can do that. Our final look is going to be somewhat like this, and I'll show you how we get that. Okay, so I love this activity because it is so simple yet so fun, and what kid doesn't love playing with bubbles to make beautiful artwork? So in order to get this final look we're looking for, you're going to go around to each of your containers, blow up a bunch of bubbles, like so. And our next step, you're just going to simply lay your paper down onto your containers very gently. Like so. Oh, didn't get quite as much as I wanted. So you can go over to your blue. You can see there. Go to your yellow. Load up nice and high. And gently lay that down. You can keep doing this until you get a range of different colors. So like in this one, and these other examples, you can see we have a bunch of different colors that are happening from mixing our primary colors together. We have some kind of greeny colors that happens from blue and yellow. We have some orange colors, which happens from yellow and red. And we have some purpley colors, which is happening from mixing the blue and the red. So that's kind of the final look. I think this is awesome for kids because you can just get them to play around until they kind of start recognizing these secondary colors that are happening. Okay, so my particular lesson and activity was aimed more from grade 2s. I think grade 2s would have so much fun with this and be totally engaged in it, but I also think that you could alter this lesson to make it for a higher grade or maybe even a lower grade. So before starting this lesson, I might first start by asking my class a couple of questions about what they think might happen throughout this activity. So I might ask, what do you think will happen when we blow bubbles into the straw, or blow into the straw? And what do you think will happen when we start mixing our paint together on the paper? After the lesson, I might also ask them what they observed and ask them to maybe share what they observed when they saw the colors mixing. And as a transition into the next lesson, in the next lesson you might want to try more activities with mixing primary colors and secondary colors using different paints or different techniques. And also, just to add on a little caution for this activity, you want to really make sure that if you're working with grade 2s or younger or even a bit older, that you're making sure you tell them only to blow into the straw. Do not inhale, because that would not be good. And also to make sure they're blowing gently, not too wild, so paint splattering everywhere. So yeah, just some extra added little tips in there for you. Thank you for watching my rapid action art lesson on bubble paint.